Hi, welcome to one part of today's CAD lesson for CAD Club. So the first thing we want to do, launch Fusion 360, and like we always do, create a sketch. I'm in the wrong orientation. Alright, we're just going to go back to the right one. And we're going to create it on the XY plane. Alright, XY plane it is. And the first thing that we're going to do, I'm going to go over today, is this thing called patterning. So if I want to pattern something, that means I'm literally cloning the object and I'm putting it in a spot where I have that same object multiple times in a circular pattern, a pattern on a path, or a rectangular pattern. So this is basically for people who are lazy and who don't want to do it and want to be more efficient and do more with their time. So that's what we're doing here. So I'm just gonna create a random rectangle here. I'm gonna go sketch dimension. I'm gonna create something, I don't know, 10 inches length, 5 inches height. By the way, this will not really produce a great output that you have to keep, but I would keep it if you want it for reference. This is basically just going to teach you how you do patterns. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a circle in the exact center of this rectangle. I should have used center rectangle for this, but well, I can deal with it. So I'm just going to go to line, and I'm going to create a line from the top. I'm just going to hover over it, and until I see like a triangle, yeah, see there's a triangle that's up there. That means there's the midpoint of that top edge. I'm just going to click it, go straight down 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and go straight down to the other edge. So I can create a center point. My bad, I did not do it the first time. I should have used a different rectangle tool, but it's okay. Alright, I got the center point. Oh no, I lost it. Okay. Alright, we created that. I want to make this a construction line, and if we know how to make a construction line, we would go click the line and press the hotkey X, which is basically creating a construction line. And that means a construction line just means that it won't be included in our sketch. We're using it as a guideline only. Alright, so both of them, I just click each one and then press the hotkey X, which is how you get a construction line. Alright, now I'm going to create a center circle. I don't know what diameter, 2.5? Sounds good. Alright, 2.5, and I'm going to create another circle, a random thing, and I'm going to make this pretty small, 0.5. And what I'm going to do now is take the dimension tool and dimension this circle to this circle. Technically there's a way to do it with constraints, but I don't really want to do it. So we know the diameters of both circles, so we know 0.5 and 2.5. We take the radius of each one and we add them together, and that'll make these two circles touch. So 1.25 plus 0.25 is 1.5. It's 1. See, now it's touching. So I want to create the circle all the way around here, here, and here. I could draw 3 more circles, but I don't want to dimension 3 more circles. I don't want to do anything like that. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to go over to create, and I'm going to go over to circular pattern, and I'm going to click this circle here. And what I'm going to, and they want the center point, so it'll revolve around a certain point, so we'll click that as well. And I don't want 3, I want 4. There we go. It basically spaces the circles at equal distance apart, and it'll put them on where you want them, depending on how many you want. So you want 8, you get 8. You want 1, you won't really add anything and it'll error out because you're not creating a pattern. 2, there you go. 3 works. Alright, so you get the idea. So you can create it because you're going to be lazy and you want to do stuff fast. So you're going to create a path or pattern. It'll be useful when you create really, really large CAD files. So this is pretty simple. You could just do it by hand, but who wants to do it by hand? Alright, next thing, we're going to create a 2-point rectangle. And I'm going to show you how to do a, what's it called? Rectangular pattern. There we go. Right, I'm going to make it 0.5 by 0.5. And if we remember how to do dimensions, we're going to type in 0.5 without clicking once. We're going to drag out, not click again. We're going to do type in our value first, hit tab, go to the other one and type it, and then click enter, and then you have it. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to dimension this each side. Alright, so I want this just to be 0.5 from the top, and I want this side at the same value. Alright, perfect. So now what I'm going to do, because I did not do the math for going downward, so we're just going to go the easy way and hopefully get this right. I shouldn't even be dimensioning the top, but it's okay. Now we're going to go over to create again, rectangular pattern, and we're going to select this rectangle. So useful way to do this, especially when you're selecting more objects and you really don't want to select all the sides, click, drag, it selects everything for you. Magic. Alright, now we're going to go down. I want to go down 3. I want to pretty much like make it as equal as I can. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to go 3, negative 3.5 is apparently the measurement. So we're going to go negative 3.5. We're going to just drag down. And then if you want, if you can't get that exact value, then you just click and enter a value. Do not click enter. Next thing. We're going to go over, we don't want to go over 3 because too many. And 2 inches seems fine to me. So I don't want 3, so I'm going to go over here and just click and press 2. There we go. That looks alright actually. 2 inches too big. So we're going to go to 1.5. There we go. That's much better. Alright. So we've created a rectangular pattern and a circular pattern. You've learned how to do both of those. Next thing you want to do when you're being even more lazy and you don't want to create another pattern and another rectangle is you go over to this tool called mirror. What it does is it, as you can judge by the word, mirrors an object, feature, sketch onto whatever side you want it to mirror on. So it'll reflect it over the y-axis, reflect it over a line, reflect over the x-axis, whatever you want it to do. So we'll go to mirror. And I don't want to select all of these, so I'm just going to drag select. So much easier. Like, you wouldn't want to do that. Drag select. Mirror line will be the line that you're mirroring over. So basically the line that you reflect over when you do math, when you reflect, I don't know, a square over the x-axis, the x-axis is the mirror line. So it's the same thing. There we go. We've mirrored it, and it's going to look exactly the same as that side. Click OK, and all these things come up meaning it's mirrored. So that's good. Anyway, now let's finish the sketch. Alright, we have this. We're going to extrude it so it looks good and not like just like a sketch. So we're just going to go extrude it and click this. I don't want to extrude any of the inner. No, wait. Did I just? Oh, I just went into sketch mode. Whoops. I'll go back. Give me a second. All right. Now I'm gonna go into extrude because apparently I clicked sketch. All right. So now we're gonna select our profile, which is our sketch. We're gonna select the inner portion, not the squares, the circles that we've made with the patterns. Okay. There we go. We've created something that looks like this. I'm not sure what it is, but you have learned how to use mirror, rectangular pattern, and circular pattern. Probably one of the best things that you can use if you want to save time on everything. So yeah, that's it. Pretty simple.